All right, these are your 6-2 notes. They're about similar polygons. So before we were comparing when we had like side, 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 or side, angle, side, we were comparing two triangles that were exactly the same. When we have similar polygons, it's like we have a triangle and a triangle's mini-me. So they're not going to be exactly the same, but they're going to be very, very similar. So they'll have the same shape, but different sizes. So just like a mini-me, it'll be the same. It'll look just like it. It'll just be miniature. And polygons are similar if corresponding angles are congruent. And they are also similar if the corresponding sides are proportional. And the ratio that we of the corresponding sides is called our scale factor. And if polygons are similar, then their perimeters, when we add up all their outsides, are also proportional. So let's do some examples so we better understand what this is talking about. So I have these two triangles, and they're similar, and it's asking the scale factor of ABC to DEF. Well, when they're similar, I'm just going to take one side. I'm going to go with the AB side. It goes 1 mark, 2 marks. It's an 8. I'm going to go with the DE side because it's 1 mark, 2 marks, and that's a 12. If you reduce that in your calculator, you would get 2 to 3. So the scale factor of this triangle, these two triangles, are 2 to 3. But what if I want to know the scale factor of DE? So that means I have to put that one on top first, 12, and the AB. If I reduce that, it gets me 3 to 2. So it's the same, it just depends on what I put on top. And then what's the ratio of DEF? Well, if I add all these sides, I get 48. And if I add all these sides, I get 32. And if I reduce that, it's that same 3 to 2. So really, I didn't even have to do all that. If I know the scale factor, like I do right here, then I know the perimeter because they match. The scale factor and perimeter always match. So when we had congruent things, we used that sign. That meant congruent. That's not what we're doing today. We're talking about similar. Congruent means like equal, but similar means they're mini-me's. So those triangles above, we know that triangle, I'm going to say CAB, 3, 1, 2. Triangle CAB, because they all have similar scale factors, it is similar to F, D, and E. Okay? So now we're going to write some statements identifying what parts are similar. So you always have to look at the writing right here to know what's going on. So it's telling me that JKL is similar to PMN. That means that their angles are going to be the same and their sides are going to be a little bit shorter or longer. So I'm going to mark up my triangles. I'm going to start with J, put 1 mark, go over to P, put 1 mark. K, I'm going to put 2 marks, maybe. M gets 2 marks. And L gets 3 marks. N gets 3 marks. So now I'm going to write some congruency statements. Angle J is congruent, because angles are always congruent. Angle J is congruent to angle P, because they both have 1 mark on them. Angle K is congruent to angle M, because they both have 2 marks. And angle L is congruent to angle N, because they both have 3 marks. So now I'm going to look at the sides. So if I go from 1 to 2, that's JK, and 1 to 2 on this one is PM. So that proportion is going to be equal to KL MN, and that proportion is going to also be equal to LJ and NP. All right, flip over to the next page when you finish writing those notes. All right, we're going to do the same thing on this page that we just did on the other page. Step 1 is to look at the writing and mark up your triangle. X, R, 1 mark, 1 mark. Y, Y. That one gets 2 marks. Z, S. All right, so our triangles are marked up. So now we can list the angles. Angle X is congruent to angle R. Angle Y is congruent to angle Y. That's kind of obvious. And angle Z is congruent to angle S. So now let's look at our sides. So I'm going to do this in. So if I'm looking at RY, so I have 2 triangles here. I have this big one I'm going to look at, and then I have this smaller one. So even though they're inside each other, I still have to compare them the same. So the first is XY. I just picked that to be first, doesn't matter. And it's going to have proportionate angles to the one that's inside it, RY. All right, and then I'm going to say YZ will have proportionate sides to YS. And then the last one, ZX, will have proportionate sides to SR. All right, I would like for you to do number 3 on your own. Mark up your shape like that first, your quadrilateral, and then notice that you're going to have 4 angles, and you'll also have 4 sides that are all going to be proportional. After you finish that, go down to the next one, and we're going to talk about finding side lengths. All right, now we're going to compare figures, and we're actually going to do some math. So it tells me that my scale factor is 2 to 3. So write 2 to 3. So now it's starting with the small one. So this is my small shape, and it's a 42. My big shape is an X. So that's the equation I write. Cross multiply. I get 2X equals 42 times 3 is 126. Divide by 2. So X equals 63. So I just set up a proportion, and then I know what my missing side is going to be. So this is pretty simple for geometry. So this one is 6 to 5. 6 to 5. It started with the larger one because 6 is a bigger number. So this one is the bigger one, so I'm going to put the X on top and the 28 on bottom. The hardest part about proportions is setting them upright, knowing big over small has to be big over small. Cross multiply. 5X equals 6 times 28 is 168. Divide by 5. Whoa. X equals 33.6. All right. This time, we're going to have to mark up our triangles before we know how to set up our proportions. I'm going to go ahead and call this triangle 1 and triangle 2 just so it makes more sense when we're talking about it. AD, AD, BE, BE, CF. Okay, so I'm going to go with triangle 1. The 1 to 2, the AB side, is an X. Okay, now I'm going to bump over to triangle 2, and the 1 to 2 that matches that is a 25. Okay, that's going to be equal to, so this is my big triangle and this is my little. So on my big one, I know the 28 right here, and that was 2 to 3. So I'm going to use that one on the little one, and that's a 20. So now I've set it up. Big number, little number, little number. All right, now I just cross multiply. 20x equals 28 times 25 is 700. Divide by 20, x equals 35. All right, we're going to do the same thing on this. First thing is we got to mark it up. QW, PW, QX, oh, I don't know, I put 3 on there. That's a 2. RS gets 3. No, R gets 3. Y gets 3. And then the Z, I'm just going to leave it blank, but we could put 4 on it if we want it, but I'll run out of space. All right. So I'm going to start with my big one and then go to my little one. So I know the 1 mark to the nothing mark is a 75 on my big one. 1 mark to nothing mark is a 40 on my little one. All right, I know nothing to 3 marks is an X on my big one. Nothing to 3 marks is a 32 on my little one. I've got the bigs across the top, the littles across the bottom. I'll cross multiply. 40x equals 75 times 32, which is 2,400. Divide that by 40. End up with x equals 60. On this back page, I would like for you to do 8, 9, and 10 for practice. When you're done, turn it in to me. Thank you.